terms of the repatriation process overall, there were over 30,000 individuals out of eThekwini alone that we've repatriated. The latest number of buses from the government side that we've processed is 525 buses. So indeed, we're looking at tens of thousands of individuals that's already been successfully repatriated. It's a massive operation. It's truly unprecedented. And I think if you understand the scale of this work, it's really impressive to see how we have managed to do this as the IMC, as a collective. What we have now done really is to say, instead of having these decentralized locations everywhere across the country where people have to be processed by Home Affairs and by SAPS, let's create one facility where everyone can go, where we can have a secure space, where we can have all of the different government departments on site. And really the process is complex. You have to check that someone who needs to be repatriated or wants to be repatriated is not wanted for a crime in South Africa. You have to, if they are illegally in the country, we as Home Affairs, we have to record their biometrics and declare them undesirable in terms of the Immigration Act. And of course, we have to make sure that there's cross-border permits for the buses, etc. So it's a major logistical operation. And we've now really moved all of that work here to Musina. At the moment, we have about 4,000 people still at the showgrounds here. Our intention is to work through that and for all new arrivals to go to the temporary repatriation facility that has been purpose-built by the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. I was there earlier this morning, visited both of those sites, and I can say it's a much better environment. It's more dignified. We're going to have, the ablutions, water, food, and all of the processing work, security, all of it in one location. And I think that's going to help us have a much more smooth process. So I think the message is the work continues. I'm very proud of the fact that we have been able to do this process in a way that is upholding the law. It's having an orderly process and also respecting the dignity of every human being. And so we must just continue to do this work now. And I'm really quite encouraged by where we will end up once that facility is fully up and running. I made it very clear at our last press briefing that no one forfeits their basic human dignity because they're accused of breaking the law, any kind of law. And so we absolutely respect and uphold that. That is exactly why we have this temporary repatriation facility that is now up and running. There were 500 people there this morning when I was there. It's a much better environment. We're currently looking to ramp that up to 4,000. And Department of Public Works is working to ensure that we can ultimately go even beyond that. So the idea is, indeed, we don't want people to be at the showgrounds. We've already cleared 99% of the people who were at Home Affairs. We now need to clear the people who are at the showgrounds, finish that processing and get them across the border. And what we are then saying is for any new buses, any new arrivals, they should not go to the showgrounds. They must go to the new temporary repatriation facility. We're going to put up signs there so these buses know where to go. So all of that work is progressing precisely to achieve the goal of what you are describing, that we must have a proper process. We met with the International Organization for Migration. The UN High Commission for Human Rights is here. We have a range of NGOs working with us. And at the end of the day, that is going to ensure that we have a proper process.